Femi Akande, who is a State House correspondent, will be joining me to discuss around issues surrounding the CBN governor. Yes, a lot has been happening lately, Femi, but I'd like you to take us through what is playing out. Did he visit the president? Just update us on what you've been hearing and what's playing out around that space.
Yes, indeed, Tolu. The CBN governor, Godwin Emefiele, was in the presidential villa and he met with President Muhammadu Buhari. But you know, one thing that is quite interesting before now was the whereabouts of the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria. No one knew where he was until later we heard officially that he was on leave. He had traveled out of the country for his annual leave. And, you know, in his absence, there was so much controversy surrounding the new monetary policies introduced by the Central Bank of Nigeria. The people, analysts, said that the CBN needed leadership, that the Central Bank of Nigeria was missing at a time when his presence was needed to steer the CBN in the right direction. We know that the cash withdrawal policy of the Central Bank came into effect on the 9th of January. And also there has been so much back and forth about the redesigning of the Naira note and the deadline given by the Central Bank of Nigeria, 31st of January, to phase out the old Naira note. All of these controversies, coupled with allegations from the Department of State Security accusing Godwin Emefiele of corruption and also financing terrorism. So all of these also caused some sort of distraction from the monetary policies introduced by the Central Bank of Nigeria. We know that that policy got the backing of President Muhammadu Buhari. And since this controversy, we have not seen Godwin Emefiele in public until yesterday when he accompanied the Director General of the Arab Bank for Economic Development to the presidential villa to see President Muhammadu Buhari. He again returned to the villa later in the evening and had a private discussion with President Buhari. We do not know what transpired behind closed doors. He declined to speak to the press when he came out of that meeting, but a lot of people are saying that it is all connected with, it is most likely connected with the whole controversy, the allegations coming from the Department of State Security. You know, President Buhari, as the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, gets security briefs on a daily basis, and we believe he would have been briefed by the Department of State Security Service about these allegations, what they have against Godwin Emefiele. Godwin Emefiele has also gone to court to get injunctions restraining the DSS from arresting, interrogating, or even prosecuting him. People are also saying that, well, the DSS is still making attempts despite that court order to arrest him. But you know, Godwin Emefiele again has been under immense pressure from the political class, insisting that he extends the deadline for the phasing out of the new Naira notes. We know that the House of Representatives even outrightly told him to withdraw some of these policies, especially the cash withdrawal policy limit. The Senate also piled pressure on him. Yesterday, he met with the Nigeria Governors Forum. We are yet to know what transpired in that meeting. But, you know, he has been under pressure from the political class because what they are saying is that these policies, yes, they are good, but the timing is wrong. And, you know, it's going to cause so much hardship for the population. And when the population is made to go through this kind of hardship, it is the political class that they blame. It is their political parties. It is the political leadership that they blame for some of this hardship. Nobody goes back to blame Godwin Emefiele for maybe phasing out old Naira notes. And we already know that the new Naira notes are not widely circulated. Banks, a lot of banks do not have this new Naira note. We heard from the CBN also saying that banks have refused to come and pick up this new Naira note. If you go to the automated teller machines around, most of them still dispense old Naira notes. And the deadline is just 2 weeks away. It is also a headache for the CBN how they would saturate the market with these new Naira notes and then withdraw the old Naira notes. But all of these, the CBN has not been able to get its act together to see if indeed the deadline, which is in 2 weeks' time, is feasible. And we do not know again if the Central Bank of Nigeria will bow to pressure from the political class. Tolu.
Interesting analysis breakdown there. Before now, we also we'll see pictures online. Somewhere it's been covered up. Laid siege ahead of the CBN governor coming to the office. And we'll also hear the DSS come out to say, no, none of this is happening and any of that. Has there been any briefing from the DSS or any of the law enforcement agencies with regards to this matter?
Well, what we heard from the DSS is that they did not invade the central bank. They did not take over the office of the CBN governor. We know that when the CBN governor returned to the country, he was given heavy military protection that followed him from the airport to his office. And I believe he's still enjoying that protection that maybe would prevent the DSS from carrying out their arrest or from arresting him. But you know, for now, all of that has a little bit slowed down. There's a bit of calm around. We do not know what is going on now, but we believe that there's a high-powered interference from different quarters, trying to see if they can maybe get a truce between the CBN governor and the Department of State Security. The Department of State Security, Godwin Emefiele, has approached the court to stop the DSS from arresting him. The DSS is also, we believe, exploring other legal means and also, like I said earlier, talking to Mr. President to see how all of this can be amicably resolved. But another interesting thing that has come to the fore in all of this is that in the absence of the CBN governor, the bank continued to run its affairs, and that again shows that, well, the institution, the CBN, is bigger than the governor of the central bank. We have had some lawyers who have said that the governor of the central bank does not enjoy immunity like the president and state governors. And indeed, if he has been accused of that by the DSS, he should also make himself available for investigation and interrogation to clear his name and, of course, continue to carry out his discharge his duties at the Apex Bank. So we will wait to see how all of these plays out. But the most important thing for the CBN right now is the implementation of these new monetary policies, especially the phasing out of the old Naira notes, which would take effect from the 31st of this month. Tolu.
Brilliant stuff there. My colleague there, State House Correspondent Femi Akande. Thank you so much. Of course, I know we'll keep a tab on you, getting updates with regards to this topic of discourse. Do enjoy the rest of your day.